just to kind of to share with us, can you think of maybe a really good example of a researcher who's done impactful research and what that actually looks like?
That's always a difficult question to answer because it always looks different. And immediately I want to go somewhere big. I want to go somewhere where colleagues have done things, for example, on gun violence in Europe. A colleague who worked on looking at the information exchange around gun violence in Europe and helped shore up how that's all done. Now, you could look at that, and that's a hugely impactful project. Similar projects around migration in Europe. But actually, a lot of the work ends up at a much smaller place. And having one change on one person can be a hugely important thing. So some of my own research has been in sexual health, and a lot of our work was locally, with local government, just trying to improve sex ed. Now, if we get one person say, actually, I feel more confident about my choices, then isn't that as good an impact as these bigger ones?
Yeah. I think that's really important. I think as a publisher, I think it's really important for us to understand that with regard to impact factors, all you're looking at is a single point in time when somebody wrote something, and then, like you said, it gained some attention. I think as a publisher, what we're trying to do is to kind of both look before that and how we can help researchers maximise the impact of their research, but also beyond that and how we can then re-engage with researchers who publish with us, what happened next, understand what the longer term impacts of us. Because I think one of the key things that we understand is that it isn't that single point. It has to be over time, and it can be, like you said, it can be big, it could be small, it can be all sorts of different characteristics, but it has to be captured in some way for us to actually understand why that research was done in the first place. So,
and what's wonderful is that it's taking those metrics, this conversation, that all of this work is taking those metrics and taking the value of them and seeing the value of them, but not by proxy extending them to something it isn't.
Yeah.
And as an academic, it's incredibly healthy to understand what those mean and what else I need to do.
Okay.